Okay, the next thing you're going to have to do is reach under here. Reach under here and lift this muffler up so that these pipes. Okay, the next thing you're going to have to do is reach under here. Reach under here and lift this muffler up so that these pipes connect into these two holes. And they aren't soldered, they aren't welded. They're just in there loosely. But put this bolt in. I had to go back to my own video. I believe it was part 2 of my Intek V-twin struggle. Part 2 to find out where the spring goes. Right here, this little one. Okay, here's the other spring that is critical to this operation. It's going to hook on there like this, and then up here. Like that. Now I believe that's right. Hopefully. There's 2 bolts here. One is right here, and another one is down here. This camera angle is very difficult to show everything that I want to show. I checked the springs back there to make sure that they were still on. I'm not going to tighten them real tight. But the thing that I'm going to do is check it with my ratchet. You can peel this tape off of here, off the intake. This is the intake side. The intake side of the head, and then here is another one on this side. So take them off, both off. Okay, here's a connection here. This is either the choke or the throttle, I'm not sure which one. So that's one connection that has to be made right here on this hook. Also, here's an electrical connection on the bottom of the carburetor. And that has to be hooked up also. So we'll see how that goes. Also, I kept this piece of tape on here. This is the intake for the carburetor. Alright, another thing. Right back here. This hole. It hooks onto this tube right here. It's crankcase ventilation. Sometimes they call them PVC. something like that. I'm not sure exactly what they call them, but it's crankcase ventilation. So there's at least three, four things that got to be hooked up here. Now this connection right here, if I can get a close-up of it. Okay, I marked this throttle cable, how it's supposed to go. And now I have to put this thing back on here. You got to hook this throttle cable into this hole right here. Now there's another hole up here. Don't hook it there. Hook it back where it went, right here. The lower one. And this again is 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to take a little bit of silicone and put on here because there's some sort of a coating on here. On both sides. Over here is the other side. This recess right in here this thing on the carburetor, it's a solenoid of some kind. That has to go in this recess. You have to get these valve covers on the right side. This one has the numbers, model numbers and stuff like that of the engine. So you have to put this one, if you're looking at the front, it has to go on the left side. Also, these are 3/8. Okay, now in this particular model, this small hose right here has to fit onto the fuel pump, like that. There's a key in this flywheel. And right here you can see where the key goes. That slot right there, that little dark area. I marked it with the marker where it goes. And you can look in there to make sure that that key is in there. Now that key is on a taper. It rests on a tapered keyway. And that means that if that key is down too low, it's not going to work. And these magnets right here, actually there's one over here. You can't see it right now, but there's a magnet right there. And this flywheel has to be at the right height. Looks like the keyway's okay. We'll see how it is. I would say that the shiny part of the washer is where the nut goes. So if you can see this is concave right in here. That's going to go down. Put this nut on top, and right here you can see where the rusty part was on the top here, and the shiny part goes down. Make sure you thread it on there correctly.